Peace and love, prosperity to all my brothers and sisters. I hope all is well with you. This is Teacher Kaitesi. So, I have a message today. So, first I'll tell you this dream I had. So I had this dream, and in this dream, I see these two ladies that I know, one young, one old. I know both of them, and we are living within this gated community, and they don't want me to leave. And so they keep doing witchcraft on me to stay and not leave the community where they are. Okay, I know them now. I knew that they have been practicing, so I know them. So when I saw them practicing, I said, okay, confirmation that you're practicing, fine. So I go outside of the fence. I meet these other friends of mine who had called me, and they seem to be like me, lions like me. And they have packed bags and things, and they're saying, no, we found that land, we're going off the grid, let's go start our own lives, let's move on. And it seems like the option I've always wanted. So I stand there, and somehow something stops me from like going ahead and going. And I'm wondering to myself as I'm standing, I start to think, this is what I've always wanted. Why is it that I feel like I am not supposed to leave? You know, like why? Why am I feeling like I'm not supposed to leave? So I wake up. So when I wake up, I sit. This is in the night, I sit. I ask Spirit, what is this about? I would think that ordinarily me, I would be running, I would have already gone, I would be with these people, you know, running to whatever it is that we're going. Why did I seem like I was hesitant to go? So Spirit teaches me something. You've seen all these civilizations of the world. Like you see the Mayans, they had all these pyramids and all these temples. But it seemed like something happened and they abandoned it and they went away. And you find that even the Egyptians seems to have somehow abandoned the pyramids. And even elsewhere in the world, there are many civilizations that seem to have thrived up to a certain point, and then they seem to just have walked away from everything and, you know, forgotten about it. And you find that it is in great, large forests, like ruined, and you wonder, why did people move away from it? Okay? So Spirit taught me something. What happens is when we come here, as the children of the Most High, our work is to give ideas and to power these places. These other children of Adam, okay? These other children of Adam and those sons of the devil, the reason why we strengthen them is so that they can be able to execute the work. Okay? Because for us, we get bored doing the same thing over and over. For a year, 2, 3, we get bored. But for them, they are very okay with doing the exact same thing for 10, 15, 20 years. In fact, if you can give them the exact same work to go through the exact same procedure every day, that would be the absolute joy for them. For them, they call it stability and security. Okay? They call it stability. For us, we call it boredom because it's not our nature. We want to come up with this, run it for a while. When it's thriving, we find something else. We do this, we do that. That's who we are. So we don't stay around to run these things because it's not our nature. It's for a reason. All of us together, you see all these things together in this world, if you put them together, that's who the Most High is. We are all just small particles, but of the same one entity. Okay? So each particle is important in its own work. Now, another thing I want to remind you of, if you have watched The Matrix, do you remember the part where Neo goes to the Oracle, and then the Oracle says, but offers him a sweet, and then he asks her, that, do you know if I'm going to take it or not? Then she says, I wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't know. Then he said, but if you already know what I'm going to do, then is it a choice that I'm making? Then she told him something very important. It's not that you're making the choice. You already made the choice by being here. Okay? You're only trying to decide whether it was the right choice and why you made the choice. Okay? So basically you're here to see, why did I make this choice? Why did I make the choice to come to earth at this point in time? Why am I here? This is all you're trying to understand. You're trying to see why you made this choice, to understand it, but you have already made the choice. You being here, you have already made the choice. So you going off the grid With maybe your partner, you have found another one like yourself, you're happy, you go off the grid, buy your farm, live happily ever after with your children. That is fine, okay? But when you pass, you will get onto the other side and you will realize that you didn't do what you were supposed to do. And so you will be born here again to try and do that work. That's what we have been doing. That's why we get all these deja vus. We have been coming back over and over again because we keep getting to the point where when we realize we are gifted, yeah, we leave everything behind, we get angry and we walk away and we go off the grid and start our own little lives. And so when we die, we realize, oh, mistake, so we come back again. And so this is like our last season. Okay? I mean, I want to tell you something. Nobody is living outside of the matrix. Let people not lie to you. No one is living outside the matrix. Although you can learn to be yourself in this matrix. And that's the thing. That is now the exam. It's for you to learn to be authentically yourself in this matrix. I know it's hard, especially for us who are employed, to try and be yourself wherever it is that you're working, because there are certain terms and conditions in that space. But every time you're given the opportunity to give your opinion, give your honest opinion according to your understanding. Because they already know who you are. So give your honest opinion. And if they see that consistently you're doing your work well, you're doing what you're supposed to do, but your belief system is different, over time there are some of them who are going to change. Okay? And you know what? Keep preaching. Keep teaching. Keep doing this. I keep telling my children in class that be the example, be the change you want others to be. You be the example. Be the example. Don't try and get angry anymore. Being angry doesn't get us anywhere. It just brings our vibration down. Okay? So don't try and say I'm collecting enough money and as soon as I save, I'm gone. That's not the answer. The answer is for you to stay the course of where you are. Because you are the leader. You may not be the physical leader, but you are the spiritual leader of where you are. Okay? I know there are certain things which they are doing which are not right by you, but most of what they are doing is what you said it should be done. You might have said it in the spirit, but that is the energy they got from you. Okay? So you running away, it's like you running away from your own home. You abandoning your own stuff. This is your stuff, so you can't abandon it. I don't know, by the time I had this dream, because for me I woke up and I understood that, okay, I'm not supposed to try and run away anymore. Let me stay. But then Spirit said that there are others whose plans are looking to find a way to run away from all of it. That's not what we're here for. We are here to take over this matrix and run it correctly, according to what the Most High wants. That is what brought us here. We're not here to run away. We are not cowards. Okay? And if you're the leader and you run away, then everything falls apart. Yeah? So the Most High wants us to actually learn to start practicing that unconditional love that we talk about. Because let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. This power we have, we haven't yet understood it. Because of all these things in our lives, if you actually became full of the power that you're supposed to be, you would self-destruct. I've gone through an experience where I every morning I woke up for about 10-15 minutes, I just covered myself, told the Spirit nobody takes anything from me, nothing comes from me to anybody. They stay with theirs, I stay with mine, boundaries. And after some time, I became so full that I didn't understand what was happening to me. You see, it's like we are like superheroes. You imagine that a superhero one day wakes up and they start burning or fire starts coming out of their hands or eyes, and they have no guidance and they don't know how to handle that power. That's what happens with us. I can't really tell you what happened because it feels like not the time. When Spirit allows me, I will share it. But we become so full that if this power doesn't go off, you will become something else. Because you see the environment we are in, the people around you, the food you're eating, the place you're staying, the vibration is so low. that if you become yourself, your full self, you will not be able to stay with those people. You may self-destruct along with them and destroy everything there. Seriously. Seriously, if I can tell you what used to happen to me, and for me, this is how Spirit helped me. Spirit moved me, showed me that it was going to take the power, it was going to start being siphoned, showed me the people who were siphoning it, and I watched. And I watched over a month as they siphoned and siphoned, and finally, slowly, I felt like I had become normal again. And I saw what they did out of it. They do great things out of our work. I told you all these things that you see that are around you, they're all built from us. Okay? And the plans they're executing are your plans. Anyway. So don't worry so much about what they're taking. Because all you do, as long as you put yourself in right with the Most High, and you know that, you know what, I agree to practice unconditional love, I allow that whatever the Most High wants for me, I'm aligning myself with the universe and the Most High and the ways and the path on which the Most High wants me to be on. Only what they take is what should be taken. You are tapped, I told you are tapped into the source. So you will keep getting more and more. And slowly you will evolve into becoming that individual that can actually manage to control their power. The reason why we are not at the capacity of having our power as it should be is because the Most High knows that if you get this power, you're probably going to become a villain. You're going to become somebody who's going to move around saying, if you don't do what I want, you're going to do this, and be destructive. Okay? So you need to become the kind of superhero who knows what power they have, who knows how to use it, has unconditional love for the people, so that way it is well used. It is used for healing them. It is used for, helping them become better, as opposed to becoming destructive. So brothers and sisters, the answer is not to run away. No. The answer is for you to learn how these people are, really learn and understand them, so that when you're handed the responsibility of managing them, you know how to manage them. But in the meantime, be the example, be the change that you want them to be. Don't run. It's not our work to run. That's not our place. Okay? So that is what I wanted to pass on today. All the best. Much love.